It's Monday, March 1st, 2021. Stock market went bananas today. Markets across the board up. Dow Jones up 603 points. And you have to ask yourself, why? Well, you know why. The Federal Reserve is in these markets buying. The Federal Reserve is buying bonds. You know, last Thursday and Friday, the Dow Jones lost around 1,000 points. What happened over the weekend to turn everything around? What happened was the Fed came in and started buying more. We saw bond yields last week at 1.6%. Today, they've been fluctuating around 1.4 and 1.45. So you know the Fed is in there buying up bonds, the buyer and lender of last resort. And they do not want to see bond yields going up anymore. So expect the Fed balance sheet to continue to expand. Expect the Fed to be in these markets buying up more stocks. So you're going to see more manipulation, more money printing, and more debt creation. On top of all that, we're going to see more stimulus, more quantitative easing. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you better be protecting yourselves. Gold and silver obviously pushed down today. I was reading an article on CNBC, and they said gold and silver was pushed down today because of a sturdy dollar. Are you kidding me? You talk about propaganda. You talk about a bold-faced lie, a sturdy dollar. Look, this is a race to the bottom with all fiat currencies. Everybody is printing money to infinity. Every country around the world is printing their money to infinity, and it is a race to the bottom. Who's the least sickest kid in the hospital? What's the least sickest puppy in the litter? You know, the dollar may not be as bad as some of the other currencies, but the dollar is sick. It is dying. All these fiat currencies are sick and dying. It is just a matter of who's going to die first. It's a race to the bottom. But as I see more of this manipulation taking place, and as prices slip today in gold and silver, I see the value of gold and silver as an insurance policy surging. So I bought more physical gold and silver last week. I'll be buying more physical silver tomorrow. I did buy some more mining stocks today. I don't give financial advice. I'm not telling anybody to do it because these things are risky, but I bought Majestic Silver. I thought it was a good, safe place to be. And as I sit here and watch the amount of stimulus coming to America, the money printing, the quantitative easing, the manipulation in these markets, and this complete melt-up on Wall Street and what the Fed is doing, there is no doubt that I'm going to continue to protect myself the best I can with more gold, more silver, and even mining stocks, because this is insurance, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't hold it, you do not own it. Article today on CNBC, New York Attorney General warns cryptocurrency industry, play by the rules or we will shut you down. New York Attorney General Letitia James on Monday warned individual investors and cryptocurrency industry members about the dangers of the digital assets. We're sending a clear message to the entire industry that you either play by the rules or we will shut you down. James also told investors to proceed with extreme caution when investing in cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin. So look, I think that cryptocurrencies are on borrowed time. I see why people like them. I can't blame people for buying into the theory and getting out of the system, but be very, very cautious with cryptocurrencies, because there's no way that these banks or these governments are going to allow competition. Zero Hedge, Gab hacked. Group promises gold mine of info. And when you look at this article, Gab, which is an alternative to Twitter, when you look at how many government agencies have been hacked into, water treatment plants hacked into, grids hacked into, NASA hacked into, financial institutions hacked into, banks have been hacked into, personal accounts have been hacked into, you name it. How safe are you and how safe is your money? When we're talking about digital money, just think about now the danger of cyber attacks, grids going down, and the amount of crime that we're seeing now, cyber crime, with people and industries being hacked. How safe is that cryptocurrency? It can be stolen, ladies and gentlemen. It can be stolen. And I just wonder if people really realize how risky and how fragile the system is and how easy it is to hack in to somebody's computer, to hack into a bank account, to hack into your wallet, and take your cryptos. So, when I read articles like this, we're looking now at attorney generals. They don't like cryptos. We're going to see banks and governments, I believe, try to stomp cryptos out. And just with the cybersecurity now that they can just be hacked into so easily, and the technology is getting so much more advanced for cyber attacks and whatnot. To me, there's never been a more important time that if you do not hold it, you do not own it. I don't keep all my money in a bank. I keep my gold and silver in multiple locations. And I just don't put all my eggs in one basket, and I don't think you should either. The banks, to me, are in very big trouble. I think the financial institution is very fragile, and I think that the safety, if you believe that your computer is safe and that your money is safe because it's hidden on a computer, I think that you better think twice. I was reading an article today, and it was by Peter Schiff. And he says here, the only thing the economy has going for it is the Fed. No doubt. We got another example of that today. I want to paraphrase through this article a little bit. He says the economy and the dollar are both at risk of collapsing. The only thing standing in the way is the Fed, and it can't stand there forever. I truly believe. Some people just believe, look, the Fed is got all the power in the world, that they're basically immune from collapsing, that the Fed will be here for the next 1,000 years. They're indestructible. I don't agree with that. I think the Fed is getting themselves into a corner here. I think they're going to be in very, very big trouble. Look, they can only print so long. You can only keep rates at zero for so long, and you can only accumulate debt for so long. The only thing the economy has going for it is the Fed, because it's a phony economy. It's not real, and the stock market is also fake. It's fake. Take a look at it today. It's dependent 100% on the Fed, ladies and gentlemen. The Fed keeps printing money while pretending it has no effect on interest rates, no effect on asset prices, and claiming that the market doesn't even need its help. Yet, every time these markets stumble, the Fed has to step in. It's got to give us a positive direction. It has to pump in more money. It has to lower interest rates. It's got to give us another positive outlook. It's got to tell us how great and how rosy and how great everything is. Every time these markets begin to hiccup, the Fed is right there. The truth is that the only thing standing between us and a complete economic collapse is the Fed. And this is why the Fed is buying all these bonds. It's why the Fed is buying into the stock market. But remember, the only thing standing between the Fed and the collapse is the value of the US dollar. If Powell keeps printing dollars, eventually there will be no demand. And the value, the price, is going to collapse. And that's when all hell breaks loose, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, the Fed has power as long as the dollar has purchasing power. But what they're doing is they are accelerating the destruction of the US dollar. And if they destroy that dollar, if we turn into a Zimbabwe or a Venezuela, what does the Fed have left? 0% interest rates? Yeah, it can print dollars that are completely worthless. Bitcoin is not money. Mr. Schiff says, money is gold, money is silver. What we use today, Federal Reserve notes, this is currency, a currency that was once backed by real value because it was backed by gold and silver. Real currency is backed. Fiat currency is not backed. So it's nothing. It's zero. The dollar is fiat currency. Bitcoin is a fiat digital currency. But Bitcoin doesn't even function like a currency, so it's really nothing. It's pure speculation, ladies and gentlemen. The price is a function of speculation. At the end of the day, these Bitcoin collectors are going to have no value. There is nothing unique or scarce about Bitcoin, and this is why the price will collapse. Once you own Bitcoin, you're obligated to talk it up. We see the athletes, we see the celebrities that have gotten into Bitcoin. What do? They talk it up. This is a Ponzi scheme, ladies and gentlemen, because the only way to prop up the price is to con other people into buying it. It is a Ponzi scheme. If I buy a bunch of Bitcoin today, I've got to tell all my friends, I've got to tell everybody watching to go out and buy it, so that it'll push up the price of the Bitcoin that I bought. And then when you buy it, you're telling all your friends and all your associates to buy it, so it pushes up the price of your Bitcoin. This is a Ponzi scheme. It's pure speculation. And this is no time to be gambling. This is the time to be owning real assets. We're going to be heading into something of a magnitude we've never seen before. We are in uncharted waters. We're in a place we've never been. And this is no time to speculate. This is the time to prepare with real assets, something that has a real history, something that the entire world looks at and knows is real money, something that people look at and go, that's God's money, something with a 5,000-year history. But yet there's going to be people out there gambling, people out there speculating. I believe right now in 2021, as we're getting close to spring, this is no time to be gambling. This is no time to be speculating. This is the time to prepare, to use your time wisely, to acquire assets, to get the debts paid down, to put some cash away, and hunker down, because we are getting very close to something that I believe is going to be historic, that's going to go down in the history books. And people are going to look back and go, I can't believe what happened. I can't believe what happened. How could you not believe what's going to happen? Take a look at the Meltup. I mean, all this is too good to be true, and it's based on nothing. We have the worst economy in U.S. history. We have the highest unemployment rate in U.S. history. We have a global depression taking place, and yet everybody believes that this is normal, that a stock market should be going up in this environment. We are watching a melt-up unlike any we've ever seen in the world, and it's going to end very, very badly. And the more this bubble is allowed to inflate, the more this melt-up is allowed to occur, the worse this collapse is going to be. And look, I can't tell anybody what to do, and I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm just sharing out loud what I'm doing and what I believe is going to happen, and how I'm preparing. Look, if you believe that the financial institutions are going to be safe and secure, if you believe that the US dollar is not going to collapse, if you believe the stock market's not going to collapse, if you believe Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million, hey, that's your belief. Continue to buy dollars, continue to buy the dreams, and continue to buy the Bitcoin. Me, on the other hand, I'm very old school. If you don't hold it, you don't own it. And I'm going to buy something that has a 5,000-year history, that's been through multiple depressions, multiple wars, multiple collapses, and massive inflation. And those assets are gold and silver because they've always survived, and people have always survived because they own gold and silver. That's just me. But again, you may believe in the dollar. You may believe in a stock market that's going to continue to go up forever. You may believe that the banking institutions and the financial institutions are safe and sound. Hey, I wish you the best. I hope that I'm wrong. But as I've said in the past, can you afford for me to be right? Because I can afford to be wrong. But can you afford for me to be right? If you can, great. But my world's not going to change. If things continue to go the way that they go, I'll just own more gold, more silver, more food, more water, and more security. But if I'm right and things go the way I think that they're going to go, my gold and my silver is going to be worth a lot more than any digital currency or cryptocurrency. And food and water will be priceless. Security will be priceless. So I guess at the end of the day, we're going to find out who's going to be right and who's going to be wrong. And I think that we're going to find out much sooner than we think.